So let's just get right into it and let's say, just from the right. So we start with you. Just introduce yourself and the public now.
Good morning. My name is Ian Lewis, allotted the force number 491. I am currently, I'm from Dominica, but I've been up here for about 2 years. That's all.
That's fine. That's fine. Other line.
Good morning, beautiful island of St. Kitts. This is Gansham Samlal, force number 486. I'm from Nevis, but born and raised in St. Kitts. I just want to say, yeah, hi.
Let's start with you.
Good morning. My name is D'Angelo Thompson, allotted force number 488. I'm originally from Jamaica, but I've been residing in St. Kitts since 2018. Just want to say a good morning to St. Kitts.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Siwana Francis. I'm originally from Dominica, and I would like to say good morning to everyone out there and all of the instructors in training school, especially Corporal Douglas.
Hi, good morning. My name is Garisha Grant, allotted force number 496. I'm originally from Jamaica, but living in Nevis for about 3 years now. Thank you.
Okay. So the big question is, and the question that we normally ask everyone who comes to the gates of training school as a recruit, why police? Why do you want to be a police? Why did you want to be a police? We go from that end this time. Grant.
Okay, growing up, since I was a child, I've always envisioned myself being a police officer to help back, protecting the lives in the Federation as well, and just to be a help and a support.
Why police? I chose to become a police officer. I believe since when I was in the womb, I always felt like I would be a police officer. I looked up to my siblings who are now officers, my brother and sister, and my relatives back home. I believe in protecting the community and following the law and embracing the law.
I'll ask a double question. You say your brothers and sisters. Where? Police, where?
Here in St. Kitts.
That's what I wanted you to tell me.
I wanted to become a police officer because since I was a child, I've always been fascinated about policing in general, about how country is being governed and how the officers use their powers to help protect their community. I've been in becoming a police officer would help me to be able to serve my community and be a better impact to make the community and country a better place.
But before you came over here, some person would have known you. You were spending some time next door.
That is true. I was in the cadet corps before I transitioned to the police force. I decided that I needed a fresh start, and I decided to come into the police force to get that new start.
So how long were you in the cadets?
Since 2019 up until this year, early this year.
Mm-hmm. Why police?
Why police? Growing up, personally, I was never really a fan of the police force, or back home or here. But I used to admire how they carried themselves, how they had respect for themselves, how they were always uniform. So, and honestly, I wanted a change in job, a change in scenery, and I prayed about it, and that was the answer I got. So I decided to join, and immediately I got a response. So I just went with it. I took it as a sign, and I went with it. And also, personally, I see the police force as a way of bringing out my potential. I am more of a reserved person. I don't like to be loud, but at certain times I am required to do so, but I tend to back away from it. So I use this as an opportunity to more express myself, be more upfront, be more confident in whatever I do and in also myself, and also to come to contribute to the community.
Samlan.
Yes, why policing? Ever since I was young, I really like the police officers, how they look, how they act, how they carry their gun, as a youngster. But now, growing up, have been working in the station, I realize it's much more than that. How they operate, how they help the community, not just fix reports and help others, but go around helping them, talking to one of them, connecting to them, reaching out to them. And it just make me like being a police officer a lot more.
Okay. So training, you have been in training school for just around 2 months, just over 2 months. Anybody want to go back home? You still want to be a police officer?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes,
For
sir,
sure.
definitely.
For sure. Yes, sir.
Even with the stress and maybe some of the interactions with the instructors and your course mates, if you still want to be a
Well-
police, you're still on the road?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
definitely.
all I'll say there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay, right at the end of the tunnel. Who here has more than 5 siblings
Me.
that you were living with before you came to training school? And so now in training school, you're sharing a space with close to 30 people. You're sharing a room with a number of persons. How have you been adjusting to that? Sharing this space, this small space with that amount of persons, different culture, different background, different upbringing, different age range. Age range between Grant and Francis, Dominica, Jamaica, but St. Kitts Nevis. How has the adjustment been in terms of meshing and becoming, I was talking about the team, how we needed to bond. How has that been working out for you? Anybody?
Okay, at first it was a bit challenging, I would say. Different backgrounds, like you said, different cultures, different upbringings, and I would say people were set in their ways. But in training school, we had to be broken and rebuilt again to be what the public and the police force needs us to be. And, well, many people had their ways of doing stuff, doing things, preparing this, preparing that, and certain times it was a bump of heads, clashes there and there, but well, quicker than expected, we learned to work together to achieve our goals. Like I said, it was challenging at first, a lot of arguments here and there, but we decided that let us come together and get this over with. So I would say that was one of the ways we overcame that barrier.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to contribute in terms of that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned goals. You go for training school and you go after training school. Goals after training school. Thompson.
My goals for training school, do my best, put my all, despite certain circumstances, still try and push through and do my best. There are certain awards given once the course is completed. I'm aiming to at least get a few.
How much is a few?
I would say at least 45.
Yes,
I will be satisfied with 45.
You want all.
Yeah, basically. After training school, wherever they decide that they're gonna station me after training school, hopefully the work that I put in during training school is enough to get me where I want to go. But that's basically it for now.
Okay. Francis.
My goal in training school is to push through and do the best that I can to make my family and myself proud. And so my little brother can look up to me and see me as a good role model.
I want to know your best is, we want tangible. You want all the prizes, so you want top everything. You
I
can
also want prizes at the end of training, maybe at least 6.
So you want all too. Good, so you want all, she want all.
Okay, so my goal for training school, I want to come out successful, and after training school, I would like to remain positive and to do the best that I can to make myself proud and my family proud as well.
Samuel?
My goal is to pass through the course. You might not know this, but the reason I keep trying is because right now the position I'm going is me the first person in my family to ever be in the government, anything towards that. So that gives me a lot of motivation to become the first and help encourage others in my family to come towards it. And when I come out of training school, I would like to push forward in becoming more of a detective. That's my goal. Little scratch, right? But yeah, that's my goal.
So just go put in the work. I'll vote for you.
Of course.
Luis?
Okay, my goal, I will not show it at times, but my goal is to top the training school. Despite what everybody think, but I am going to top it. All who that say they want 5-6 prizes, they have to watch their back because I'm coming for them. I also, after training school, I also want to use the opportunities and resources available to me to also better myself and push myself forward in life to where I would want to be or to a more comfortable position. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So we'll take a short break and then we'll come back and we invite the listening audience to call in and give your congratulations, give your sentiments of encouragement to the young officers. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.
The specials at Domino's are hot, hot, hot for any occasion. Hot right out of the oven. 1 medium, 2 topping pizza, and 2 20-ounce Cokes, only $35. Free Coke with your lunch until 2 p.m. Small, 1 topping school child lunch special, only $14. 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $69. 2 large, 2 topping pizzas, and a 2-liter soda, only $92. So come on down or call and order now and experience our tasty oven-baked goodness. Domino's, the home of satisfaction.
For hot and wild, call Domino's.
At The Cable, we believe in giving back because when our community thrives, we all do. That's why, as a company, we make it our mission to touch the lives of everyone in St. Kitts. We spearheaded the renovation of J&F Hospital lobby to ensure better care for all. The Cable sponsors free Wi-Fi in every community center across St. Kitts, so no one is left behind in an increasingly connected world. We stand with communities through every moment, big or small, in culture, education, youth development, and more. Y a ti también, comunidad latina. Cuenta con nosotros. Estamos con ustedes. And when it comes to customer service, we set the standard. We're just a call, click, or visit away because you matter to us. Join the company that truly cares. The Cable, more than service. We're family. Somos familia. And we're proud to always give more where it matters.
Whether it's a dress store on 4th Street, a snack in Kayon, or a village grocery in St. Paul's, our small businesses play an important role in our economy. By supporting these businesses, you are helping to create or keep a job or two and to revive our economy. Support our local small businesses. Buy local and keep the doors to our small businesses open. This message is brought to you by ZIZ in support of our small businesses across the Federation.
Hey, guess what? It's Radio Market.
Call in and sell your merchandise. You can negotiate and negotiate, give away and trade.
We on radio, internet, and TV.
Like us, share us, and subscribe to
ZIZonline.com.
And remember, we don't sell nothing over $5,000. Join us right here on ZIZ Radio every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Call 465-1977, 465-1903, or 662-8674. ZIZ Radio, giving back to the people.
Good morning again and welcome. If you're just tuning in, you're tuned into Policing with You. I'm your host for today, Inspector Marvin Thompson. And with me in studio, I have some of the recruits of course number 47. We had a batch last week and we're continuing the conversation with our future protectors, young protectors. Feel free to call in and share some words of encouragement. We were talking outside the break and about your goals and talked about some other things. So I'm going to start with Miss Grant. Your mother, I found that somewhere within the course, and I heard a story about when you went home on Mother's Day. So, how do you feel? Well, I know, as a male, sometimes they say that the children are more attached to the female. I'm not too sure about that. But my children met me as a police. They grew up with me, leaving the house, staying out odd hours, come back in the morning, maybe for a couple of days they don't see me. So they were fine with that. As a matter of fact, it is the youngest one especially that used to tell me, Daddy, get up. You're going to work? Get up and go work. And when I would be idling around the house, Daddy, come, get yourself together. Come, you need to go to work. Is it going to be late? So I used to have to remember, hello, I'm the police, eh? But, so they met me in that. You have a different story. You're just starting out. You have children. You could tell us the ages and how it has been with you being in training school with them, almost like a COVID situation, where for the first few weeks, first month and a little bit, you weren't able to physically see your children. How did you cope with that? How are they coping with that? And how are you coping with how they are coping?
Okay, so let me start off by saying my mom has been a very strong support to me. She lives in Jamaica, but yet she travels to come to St. Kitts and Nevis to be the support that I needed, meaning to stay with them while I transition over into this police force. So for my children, it has been hard, but yet still positive for them because they remain positive, they prayed. My small daughter, she's 10. She's always praying. She's a prayer warrior. My big daughter, she as well, and that has been good and motivating for me. As for Mother's Day, you gave me the opportunity to went over and to see them, and I was feeling so elated, yet it was so heartwarming for me, and I didn't tell them that I was coming over, so I surprised them. Oh my God, I surprised them, and my mom was to keep a baby, right? So I called the lady and said, don't tell her that I'm coming over. I will take the baby up for you. So I tell him to come down and meet you in the car. So when they come down, they saw me. So my daughter started to cry, and I started crying, and I caught everything on the video, and I went up, and it was just tears of joy. So they're coping, I'm coping, and that's it for me.
Okay. Ms. Francis, you're the youngest on the course. how are you coping as the youngest on the course?
Well, being the youngest on the course, I haven't been that different from the others who may be way older than me. It haven't been felt no different or have been no challenge. But I would say there are many people who have asked why join the force so early and that I wouldn't be able to handle the pressure. But what I can say is expect the unexpected, because if it wasn't meant for me, that I wouldn't be here today.
And just for the public, she's a cadet. So, not 18 yet.
Wow.
So she's the first police cadet that we've had in a while.
Wow.
I can set this though, almost like an endorsement for her political run, that she has been coping, well, I'll use the drill sergeant word, immaculately. So she has been doing well. I'm not concerned that her age is an impediment to her being at training school or being a police officer. So in terms of choosing her even at the tender age, she's doing well. Do you have...
We have a call.
Headphone. Good morning, caller. Welcome to
Hi,
Police
good
Info.
morning, GQ. Well, and to Marvin Thompson and to the others in the studio. I want to say congratulations to you guys. While I'm elated in hearing, the youngsters, it just moves me. I just like to see young people do something positive with their life, and they want to give back to society. I congratulate them, and I pray that God will bless them, bless their very going in, and they're coming out and protect them. I sort of listened last week, the end of it, and while I am elated still, I was broken down because I have a nephew that got killed in Dominica. And, it really breaks me down to see that these young ones are, want to do something positive. And where I'm going. You can see where I'm going, right? So I just want to say congratulations to them, and let us continue to support the youngsters, because the Bible says He called the young ones because they are strong. Have a wonderful day. God bless you, and I wish you the best in your future endeavor. It begs a little question, though. Yes. I realize a lot of them are from Dominica and Jamaica. I only heard one from Nevis. This is what's happening throughout the whole course? We don't have a lot of Kittisons and Nevisons?
It's
listen off here.
It's a mix. Last week we had more of the Kittitians in the first batch, but in recent years we have had integration, more persons from the regions, or an increase in the number of persons from the region who are joining the police force. And we welcome them all. We are hoping that we will see greater numbers of the persons homegrown who would want to join the service and commit themselves to serve. But we are not refusing any qualified person who meets the standard and want to contribute to the well-being and security of St. Kitts and Nevis. And sometimes it adds to us, so we welcome that. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Policing with you.
Good morning, Inspector Thompson.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And you?
I just want to encourage those recruits to do the best they can and push hard, come out and do what they have to do. And also remember, when they are in training school, they're just starting to be a police. And these will have to make decisions on their own and do all those things. So let them do the best, come out, respect themselves, and also sometimes, when they get in the public will give them out and all these people. They don't have to study them. Just do what they have to do and make the best of whatever it is.
Okay, caller, thank you very much. We thank you for encouraging our young up and coming officers. We need more persons in the public to support not just the police in general, but when we see young persons who put themselves in a position of service, especially in an occupation such as this, we need to do more in supporting them. We say enough when we don't like what they're doing. We need to balance the equation a bit and say more about when we see our young people doing positive things. So let me challenge Thompson again.
Before you challenge,
you have another caller? Thank you. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Policing with you.
Good morning, officer.
Good
The
morning.
young recruits, no? They
Yes,
don't
sir.
pass out?
Not yet.
Okay.
Thank you,
You
sir.
want to congratulating them to gathering the strength and the urge to join the police force. It's an opportunity to get work. Officer,
Yes,
let
sir.
me just shout out Ian Queely. I don't know if he reached back Morocco. Assigned to Miss Weshiname funeral.
Yes.
And a man, we don't mention his name, and this policing, Les Scott. I was so glad to see that young man who do well in the police force. His contribution is so great. You know, it's so sad to see how he had to bow out. But this drumbeat, we're going to keep it from these organizations. This thing called dirty politics, we got to keep it from these organizations. Otherwise, I hear old Wade say a thing at time, you know. Mr. Wade, former commissioner and magistrate, that once you got certain corrupt elements around these organizations, they can't succeed. And I take that from a young boy. Right here, Zach Road. Now I don't know over the mountain. See, going down to meet the other mountain to go back over it. I understand now what the old man was talking about. God bless his soul wherever he be, out in the sea water. Because there he bury himself. But I say that to say this, officer.
Yes.
We must contribute to people who put in work in the force. Meredith Charles.
I agree with you, sir.
Les Scott. Stafford Liebert. Man, the other one say used to work customs from over Richardson. Seabrooks. The Jones from Sandy Point Bakery. These guys had the police force up there. No, we ain't getting that. And it's a concern. And man like me will talk, officer,
yes,
inspector. Man like me will talk. Because that had a standard. And where we getting now, it's below zero. And we ain't going to tolerate that. Have a good morning, everybody. Recruits, falling and fall in line. Good morning, my girlfriend, Weenie.
Thank you, Mr. Jamda. Manners, I always welcome your contribution. You heard that falling lady. I like that. Good morning, caller. Welcome to Policing with you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're on.
Yes. Good morning, GQ. Good morning, Inspector Thompson.
Good morning.
Good morning to the recruits that you have there. I just call in to, just encourage them. I was there with them yesterday from the Retired Association.
Yes, sir.
Hendrickson from the Retired Association. So I just called to encourage them. I know it's not going to be easy because I've been there, done that. I've been put in 32 years of service. So it's just a matter to tell them the road is not going to be easy, but the sky is the limit. Push yourself. There are a lot of opportunities. There are a lot of things to gain being in the police force. And also, when you have passed out and get into your workplace and those kind of things, be respectful to the persons. Remember, the general public there who paying your salary. There is who paying you. So apart from that, avoid, getting yourself into things that is not necessary, things that wouldn't help to elevate you.
And also, a final thing is to tell them when they get there, don't think about staying at the bottom. Strive to reach the top. Use your years and try to get your promotion, study your work, and try to be the best that you can be. God bless.
Thank you, sir. And thanks again for yesterday to the Retired Police and Fire Association for coming and talking to the officers. And Mr. Manners was mentioning something like that. We had Mr. Richardson, one of the names he mentioned, and former Commissioner Williams, and some of the other persons from the Retired Police and Fire Association to come and just talk with them and encourage them. Sometimes we don't do enough of making ourselves available to the older experienced officers, those who are here and those who have left, to be able to benefit from the wealth of knowledge and experience that they have. And sometimes us as the older ones don't do enough to impart the knowledge and the experience and some of the wisdom, so that we have that mesh and a smoother transition, and we get more of the product that we want. We get more of the product that we want because we made the necessary sacrifices and investment in the young people. And I think if we do more of that as a practice, then we will see more of what we want to see. When we share the wealth, then we would see the wealth that we're looking for, the characters and some of the more positive things that we saw in the police of old. If we impart and cultivate those behaviors in our young officers as a practice, then we would see a reflection of our investment in the young officers, or more of a reflection of the investment that we made, the characters, and even some of the demeanors that we look for in a police officer, in our young people. And the public has a part to play. Public has a part to play in how you encourage, how you interact with the young officers, and how you advise. So we are on the wrapping up end. So I'll just give you a chance to say something. You wanted to pick up your instructor earlier, so now is the time to give me some of your final words before we wrap up the program and head back to work. So I'll start with Ms. Grant.
I want to thank all the instructors so far that's been helping us, motivating us, and encouraging us. Most of all, I want to thank Mr. Clark, who's been helping me through a challenge that I faced in PT, that's push-up. He's been helping me, assisting me, and motivating me so far.
You want to say anything to your children before you get a chance? You know?
Yes. I want to say thank you to my daughters, my mom, for being the support that I need, and for just being encouraging, and most of all, just being there for me, loving me, and appreciating me. I'm sure I'm going to make you all proud.
I would like to say thank you to all the instructors, as well as my sisters, my brothers, and all my family members, especially Corporal Douglas, who have been the mother of the cause, Inspector Thompson, who is here with us now, Sergeant Brown, and Sergeant Francis.
I just want to say thank you to the instructors on Course 47. They have been impact throughout this course, especially Sergeant Brown. He's my syndicate leader, the best syndicate. I just want to say thank you to my mom, my uncle, that have been a strong support on my journey throughout this course, and I just want to say thank you.
I just want to say thank you to God personally for giving us the opportunity to be here. Thank you for the instructors, the commandant, Mr. Thompson, Inspector Thompson, for believing in us, always encouraging us, even at times we falter. He was there to steer us in the right direction. And to thank you for my classmates as well. We are on this journey together, so we are here to pull up each other and help each other become the best version of ourselves. And also I just want to thank my family for praying for me or believing in me and encouraging me. Yes.
I just want to thank all the instructors out there who have helped us in Course 47, especially Corporal Douglas, the best syndicate, or was, not yours, let's say so. And Sergeant Brown, I just want to say, big up to yourself. You've been a very good instructor. Even though you may be a little harsh, you are hard on us, but you push us to be hard and circumspect, But other than that, I just wanted to thank you. Thank you to my family and my sister who's watching me. Big up.
All right, and since we all thank you, and thank to you, the listening public or viewing public, for tuning into Policing with You. Thank you to those who called in and encouraged our officers. It's always welcome that when you call in and show your support for, not just for the show, but especially today, when you're calling to show support for our young people and our young future protectors. But don't be strangers. We invite you to tune in again next week for a similar program. And until then, have a blessed day.
Tell me what you think about Marcus. Tell me what you think about Christ. Made their sacrifice now. Tell me what you think about equal rights for all, everywhere. Say what you think, what you think, what you think, what you think about justice. What you